This week, Beck finds a new way to separate his fans from their money. Media Matters rips back the curtain on how EPA opponents dominate TV news, and the Fox News 2012 Republican presidential primary heats up. Thanks for watching. I'm Seth Michaels. If you tuned into the news hoping to get balanced coverage of environmental issues, you'd probably be pretty disappointed. That's the finding from a new study Media Matters published this week. We looked at nearly a year and a half of broadcast and cable news coverage regarding the Environmental Protection Agency considering regulation on greenhouse emissions from power plants as required by a Supreme Court ruling. The results were downright embarrassing. Driven largely by Fox News and Fox Business, 76% of guests brought on to discuss the topic were opposed to the EPA regulations. 86% of elected officials invited to talk about the subject were Republicans. And over the entire 17 months, how many guests were actual climate scientists? 1. And even that scientist was funded by fossil fuel industry cash. Check out the whole study at MediaMatters.org. It's crucial that the media provide an honest debate on this important issue, and so far it has completely failed. And speaking of failing basic truth and fairness, here's more on Glenn Beck. Early in the week, he announced the next step for his self-aggrandizement machine now that his Fox show is coming to a halt, a new subscription scheme called GBTV. And he begged his audience to help him change the world for the low, low price of only $4.99 a month.
Now, if you don't have the time, but you believe in this cause, I ask you for $5. Would you go to gbtv.com and sign up for $4.99? If you want to be the Thomas Paine, if you want to have the full access to everything, will you, if you can, do $9.99? If you can't afford it, I understand, do $4.99.
Again demonstrating his complete lack of class or dignity, he's launching his publicity drive for GBTV and a tour of the Nazi concentration camp at Auschwitz. He does this even after receiving intense criticism from Jewish groups for his past anti-Semitic smears and his trivialization of the Holocaust. Some people truly never learn.
I'm tired of having to explain what seems insane to most people. I have a chance. I'm an American. I'm a capitalist. I have a chance to control my own destiny. I am going to do it.
And reminding us all why Beck was canceled in the first place, Fox announced it was preempting his Friday show. The reason? So they could show a special on sex scandals. When asked about the timing, a Fox spokeswoman reportedly said, quote, "At least we can sell the special." Think she was talking about all those advertisers that dropped his show?
So, Governor, we're on the bus. Whose idea was this bus?
The Fox News 2012 Republican presidential primary is already in high gear. And in order to stay on top of all the ins and outs, we've launched a new feature, the Fox Primary by the Numbers. It's a breakdown of how the GOP communications arm, Fox, helped the Republican candidates by giving them free airtime in the previous week. And from the inaugural edition, here's your softball interview of the week.
Congresswoman, what does it tell you? What do we need to be doing? What do we need to be focusing on to create jobs, not just 54,000 jobs? Frankly, that's way too low.
I understand the devastation of high taxes. If we do that, and if we cut the massive regulatory burden that companies labor under, such as the Environmental Protection Agency, if we do that, there's no question we'll see private job growth in this country again.
Love that. Cut out the EPA. We talked about that before. Then he blamed gasoline, and that's the one that really kind of drove home for me, Congresswoman. He blamed gasoline prices, but the gasoline prices at $3.79 are his fault.
Well, that's right, and the president has to own that.
As 2012 approaches, Fox News is not just promoting candidates, but advancing the GOP's political message. As usual, they're doing the work of a political machine, not a news channel. But we leave you this week with Fox staple Donald Trump and some more of his trademark China bashing. The only problem? His line of menswear and those pesky Made in China labels. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
But it was actually built in this country. It was refinished in this country.
Right.
And, you know, I employ a number of people that happen to work in this country. I don't send it overseas. We are really doing very terrible things to this country. We're destroying our country. We're destroying our economy. We're outsourcing our jobs. We're not making products any longer. If you look at products, they're being made in China and many other countries. And it's really very sad what's gone on.